Tasha, and today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to make a bow like this. First, you'll need 5 things. Ribbon, thick ribbon is always best, scissors, stapler, tape, depending on what type of package you're attaching your ribbon to, and of course, the package itself. First, you should estimate what size ribbon you want. This is based off how big the package is. For a package that size, I would suggest a pretty large one. So I'm going to take a pretty long stretch of ribbon, cut it down, and begin. First, sorry for the telephone in the background, I do 1 loop. The size of the loop sets the diameter of the rib, of the bow. So first, you should do about 3 or 4 loops. Enough so that you know that if you get your stapler in there, it will staple it all down. So next, get your stapler, and this can be tricky. You have to get your stapler in between the 2 parts of the ribbon so you get the whole thing and it won't fall apart when you take your hand off of it. Once you have that down, staple it together. And you continue this until you have about a half ribbon in the size that you want. You should leave some tail left over. And this is why. Sometimes it doesn't work and you have to do it twice, folks. It's fine. You will be using this part of the ribbon to make the circle. So, you can either fold it this way or this way, but personally I think having it cover the staple marks is much prettier, so I'm going to fold it in this way. So I fold it into a nice circle loop, and it's a little long for me, so I'm going to trim it a bit, because I don't want the loop that large. So I have enough space now to be able to get my stapler in there. So the trick is, you open your stapler for wall view, and get your stapler in there. And this can also be tricky, so I recommend doing it on a flat surface. But since I'm doing this for a video, I'm just going to do it in midair, because YOLO. So once you have your staple together, determine whether or not you can staple the bow itself onto the package. This one I know has clothes in it, so I can't, which is where the tape comes in. Tape can be tricky, and I mean that honestly, especially when you're working with velvet ribbon. So you should get a long stretch of tape and get onto the non-velvet part of velvet ribbon. Of course, if your ribbon doesn't have a texture that's not adhering to tape, this doesn't matter. So you should put it on the insides of the 2 bottom loops like this. So you have it on the inside and that it will go like this onto the package. And if you want extra security, you can do it on either side of the top loop as well. Just because I'm not sure about this bow, I'm going to do that too. So now you have your bow all made up. Lastly is attaching it. Finally comes the final step, which is taping it onto the package. So get the package you're going to be using and get your tape on. Choose a nice spot for it. I like corners, but for smaller gifts like this, I'm going to put it just on the center. And make sure you tape it down really hard. Make sure the tape's well attached to the paper. And voila! You made a really nice ribbon that will make any gift very pretty. So, I hope this tutorial was helpful, and happy holidays!